Are you like influence?
Yeah.
Are you like influence?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm vlogging.
Okay, welcome to our second episode of this
Hello.
podcast.
Hello.
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 Okay, so we've been looking at the views, and there's been a lot of you checking out our videos. So thank you so much for that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also,
Thank you.
we've been getting a lot of messages from you guys, suggestions, and just like what you guys thought about the podcast. So thank you for that as well.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Like,
Wait. Jan is being ignored. Sorry. We tried, okay? But basically what we want to say
for
is
the
thank you.
Spotify
Thank you so
listeners,
much.
we were
We were trying to
Honestly.
do a heart.
Yeah.
For the people that are
Honestly.
viewing.
but we like there's three of us, so
It was a bit difficult.
Yeah.
And me and Vicky tried very hard to exclude Jan, but he just
Yes.
tried very hard to get into the
Yes.
heart shape. So
That's kind of how I get friends. So
yes.
that's how I became you guys' friend. I
Yeah.
guess.
no, but thank you.
No.
But thank you so much, you guys. Like, I want to
Yeah.
cry. And thank you to my friends who also watched that and supported me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much to
Yes.
all of our friends.
Yes.
It really means a lot. And please keep listening to our podcast and watching it, and subscribe, please, and share with your friends, because
Please.
that would mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like subscribe, of course. It helps out a lot with the algorithm. And also if you comment and like and share, that also helps us out a lot to kind of get this podcast going and
Yeah.
get this out there.
It's super important.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
And
very
we love to
important.
hear your suggestions.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
any ideas that you have. We've already gotten some really good ones that we're going to cover onto the next episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's get into the topics. So yeah, this episode is going to be quite chill. We're going to talk about a few things. But first, I would like to know, what is something that you guys have seen recently? Like some movies or series that have, stuck in your mind, and something maybe that you would like to recommend to our viewers and friends. Vicky, do you want to?
No.
No, come on! I know you have something that you posted about, which looked amazing.
Oh, this one. Thank you. Yeah, so actually my friends introduced me to this one Indian movie. It's called Bahubali, and it's hilarious. It's fantastic, and it's like, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, in all senses. I really recommend you to go and check it out. Yeah, I mean, the humor is there really strongly.
I just loved those edits. They were
Yes.
so unreal, and so it's like soap opera mixed with action movie, and then the editing
It's
is
very
just,
epic.
yeah.
Like, yeah, my best friend and her husband, thank you for them. When we watched the movie together, like there are two movies at the moment, like two kind of series, and the third one is coming soon, so stay tuned. But I mean, I was laughing so much that her neighbor later on said like, "Oh, I heard you guys laughing so much."
You should have asked her to join.
Yeah, but next time when the third movie is out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she can laugh with you.
Yeah, but it's really epic. And of course, if you understand the history of Indian movies, you know the reasons why it is so, but still it is worth it. Like it's
Puts you in a good
it's
mood.
amazing. Yes, it gives you good vibes. At least
Yeah.
for me, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what about you guys?
Well, I just recently saw with Oxity, we went to see The Whale. in the cinemas, and I was anxious for like the whole time. I couldn't breathe properly. I was not having a good time. But although I really enjoyed the movie, and I think the movie maybe made me a bit anxious, and Brendan Fraser was just so amazing in that movie. Like, I'm so happy to see him get the recognition that he deserves, and to see him in this type of role. It was absolutely amazing. It was so heartbreaking, and I was just, towards the end I started crying, but it was just, it was an amazing movie. So I really recommend that you guys watch it. I recommend also to everyone that you really watch it. I think it was a super important film. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was just the storytelling and the script and the acting was really amazing. And, it didn't have like too many things going on, but I think also A24 produced it, and A24 is doing really, really amazing things.
They're doing a lot of movies right now.
Really, really good stuff. So I really recommend that you go see it. But I love Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Which also A24 is like the OG indie movie, film production company. So it's pretty cool to see them actually get like the recognition.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's really amazing.
Cool.
I mean, most of you probably know of their contribution with Euphoria. I guess that's what they're most well known for. But I think after
is that A24?
Yes. Yeah.
I thought it's only HBO.
A24. I think so, right?
Euphoria.
I think so, yes.
Somehow
A24.
I also remember about
I think it's
HBO.
A24. HBO and then A24.
Okay, then.
But I don't know. We have to check. But that's what I remember.
Maybe.
That's what I remember. I'm not super sure, but I think so.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're doing amazing things, and I think they're really putting like a unique lens on the industry and cinema.
Yeah.
They actually have to say something after Jan says.
Sure. I mean, I would say like one movie that really affected me was Banshees of Inisherin, with Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell. It's such a beautiful movie, like visually, and also like I don't know. I just like felt so many emotions watching that movie.
It was great.
Also Barry Keoghan is amazing in his role. Of course, it's not his like biggest thing ever, but still. I just love every frame of that movie. Like the atmosphere in that film is so nice to just like some of the scenes are that kind of cozy but gloomy at the same time, which I really like. Like that's why I really like Jaws, is that it has those two elements kind of mixed together. So I really appreciate that film. Of course, I also really like listening to the Irish accents.
I love that. That was so funny.
Yeah.
What was the actor's name? The younger one?
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
My God, I want to see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
I also really liked the movie. Maybe I didn't connect to it as much as you did. I definitely feel like it was like your kind of movie, and definitely Bobby's type of movie. So Bobby, you have to go see it if you haven't. But I felt, to me, it felt like watching a play. I felt like it was written somehow as a theater play, which I really enjoyed, actually. It was also a really great movie, and the acting was amazing.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is just like, to me, it's really, really hard to watch movies that have beautiful drama in them, because I'm really empathetic when it comes to emotional stuff. And those movies that are usually very aesthetically pleasing and very like professional in all senses, like you can really call them like art. They are art pieces, but somehow it makes me feel so bad, because usually, when you can play with people's feelings, it's it like you can feel that?
Sorry, that was my dishwasher. If you heard that, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, but I really feel like sometimes it's too much. It's too much,
agree.
and I cannot watch it. I cannot enjoy the movie or like everything that comes to emotions, like hard emotions. You know, like drama.
Yeah.
You know, when like kids are dying or like things like that, or like animals. So that's the reason I cannot absolutely no movies that are related to like dogs or animals, no, except for maybe some documentaries like BBC stuff. I like it, or I used to love them as a child, but it's really I don't enjoy reading books that are too emotional. I don't enjoy watching movies, listening to like this dramatic,
Something that's close to real life, right?
Yeah, and I just when I can feel it or relate to it, so it's like it just makes me like I have to get a certain mood to be able to watch them, because I cannot watch these type of things in normal life.
I definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
The Whale was like that for me. I was so
Yeah.
anxious the whole time. It was so painful, and I could feel like all the emotions and everything. And you're kind of like a sponge, and you just absorb everything. And it's I know that feeling, like it's a lot. If you watch a sad movie or something really depressing, then it can affect your whole day. For me, at least, it can like. I feel sad,
that's why I'm like, oh, I don't want this drama in my life, and sometimes I really like avoiding these types of situations, like in all senses. It's I don't know if it's a good thing or bad, but at least in my current mental state, I want to avoid all the drama.
Fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I love watching those films. I don't know why, but I just, because it feels so real to me. It feels like real life, and I love to see that on the screen.
Yeah, but I think like of course if you're feeling a certain way and you like kind of like sometimes it's, for me at least, it's really nice to watch movies that are sad, but then sometimes I just can't at all. So I think it really depends on the mood that you have.
It does.
And sometimes you can really like destroy your day because of watching something like that.
Can you be objective, or are you in a state that you're gonna take it really personally, like everything that you see?
Yeah.
But for me, like I watched Manchester by the Sea, which I wanted to watch when it came out, but I didn't. It's a movie with Casey Affleck and what's her name, Michelle Williams. It's really good, I watched it in a kind of emotional state where I wanted to watch something, a bit more sad, and I was like, oh, this felt so good. But then there's sometimes when I really can't. Like I think I started watching The Bear around the time where I was kind of like not feeling as how do you say, as comfortable with being more emotional. So that was maybe like not the best idea. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, I love that show.
Yeah,
I recommend everyone to watch it. I also
really
posted about it on my Instagram. I did these like little ratings of films that I feel like people are probably like, oh, who is she to say? But it's fine. I do it because it's fun.
I love it. You should do that. You should do that.
I will do that.
But you know what? We can jump into the next topic.
Yes,
and I have a question for you. Which movie?
Where's my
wait
my segment?
What?
My segment.
Okay, go
ahead.
So
as I was, we were talking about Oscar movies. So basically, we're gonna
a good transition though. I see your vision.
First, we're gonna go with the Oscars segment, and then
tell us about.
We can talk about. We can talk about whatever you want to. But so I watched the Oscars yesterday. It was quite different than most years, and fortunately no one got hurt. in the Oscars.
Boring.
I think yeah, exactly.
It's too boring then.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of lackluster compared to other years. There like wasn't that much that happened that was like whoa. But yeah, like Jimmy Kimmel was really good as a host. There were like pretty good performances, honestly. Like Lady Gaga performed a piece from Top Gun Maverick that I actually didn't see that movie. But it was
see it. It was fun.
yeah, maybe I'm kind of boycotting Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, like, sorry, man, but
I
you gotta
really-
retire.
I really like Miles Teller, so
I
I
love
wanted
Miles
to
Teller.
watch the movie because I like ever since I saw Whiplash, I was like,
Yes.
this guy needs more movies to be in.
he's gonna make it far. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I because of Tom Cruise, I don't really watch Mission Impossible movies or
Totally
or
understandable.
other stuff like that. So, anyways, yeah. So Lady Gaga, then Rihanna performed.
Yes, I saw some clips. I was like, okay, queen.
Yeah.
She is.
And-
She's
definitely
pregnant
queen.
again.
Yeah, and also
She's slaying
it
it.
was
She's
funny. What's his name?
Bis-
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, ASAP Rocky was just. I was like, "What is he doing there?" And then I was like, "Oh right, they're together."
Yeah, but
Made
they're,
the
they're
baby.
so sweet.
Yeah,
They're
they
so
made the
sweet.
baby
They made the
As if
baby.
he made the
He-
He alone. Yes, but yeah. Anyways,
You've been busy for sure.
What else? Yeah, there were some other performances. There was a Bollywood performance actually. Like I don't know who the people were, what movie it was. I just like watched, you know, most of it, the Oscars doing something else on the side, so I didn't really like focus on what's happening. So also like a lot of the winners just flew over my head, but yeah, like a lot of nice things for sure. I mean, Banshees of Inisherin and All Quiet on the Western Front were my favorite movies of last year. So I was kind of sad to see that they didn't get as much recognition.
But All Quiet on the Western Front won like a lot
Yeah,
of Oscars.
All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm so happy that they
Yeah,
won.
they definitely deserve it.
for the score. It was so good.
I like Babylon's score more. I'm sad they didn't win anything. They would have really deserved it. It was probably also one of my favorite films.
Yeah, but
from the
I don't
year.
know. I feel like it was a bit too Oscar-y, or kind of like, you know, it
How
felt
can it
kind of
be
gimmicky to
What?
How can it be too Oscar?
like the movie.
I don't think so. I feel
mean,
like I love Damien Chazelle. Is that his name? Yeah.
Yes.
I absolutely love Damien Chazelle. I think he's
Yeah.
so interesting and unique. And
is,
I love what
but-
like the subjects that he approaches in his films. And I feel like some people just don't get his films at all. Like remember in the Oscars the one time when I think La La Land was supposed to win, or they called him up on the stage like, "Oh, you won for Best Picture." And then the host was like, "Oh, wait. Actually, wait, it was a different one." And
yeah,
that's to
that
me.
one time.
Yeah, but
that
it's-
was the thing
Okay,
of
but-
of that year.
Yeah, but yeah.
Where
that-
was it? 2016, I think.
17?
Where 2000, maybe
I don't remember.
2017 because
That
it
was
was
so
a movie
awful.
from 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah, Moonlight was announced as the winner, and then I think
Yeah.
it was what's her name? It's
Emma
Jane Fonda, and then another guy I can't remember. But these two very old actors accidentally took the best director envelope from before. So they took that and they thought like first Jane Fonda looks at it and she thinks that she's like well, is this right? And then they're like, hey, go ahead. And then she's like, Moonlight. And then there's like people going around like, what is happening? You know, and then it like the whole cast of Moonlight is up on stage and the producers are like, uh, they're looking
the
also
heck?
at the envelope, yes, and then finally someone comes up with the right envelope, and the producers take it, and they're like, there was a mistake. The actual winner of Best Picture is La La Land. And then the whole cast of La La Land comes up on stage, which was, I mean, sort of, it was more...
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was more, how do you say, like bombastic, or kind of like...
Bombastic.
like a show more, because it like had drama in it. But at the same time, it was kind of shitty toward Moonlight.
Yeah.
Because also
Yeah.
Moonlight was
Can you
one of
imagine?
my
For both
favorite
of them.
years.
For both of them, it was.
But to La La Land,
Yeah.
it wasn't as because they
because
got
won
the...
after
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Yeah.
But for Moonlight, it's like, like that was, I think, I was kind of in between La La Land and Moonlight that year. So
I love La La Land. It's also one of my favorite films that
I
absolutely
haven't watched.
told me to watch. And at first I was like, I don't want to watch musicals. Why would I watch that? I hate musicals. But now it's one of my favorite films, and I've seen it like
yeah.
4 or 5 times. So yeah, that's why I love Damien Chazelle.
Yeah, but it
So you
also
would
doesn't feel as
recommend
much
it?
as a musical.
No, it
It's
definitely
not
does not.
like, oh, we're talking and all of a sudden I'm gonna
Yeah, like high
singing.
school. Like I was expecting High School Musical, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. Oh, I have to say something funny, and then we can move on to the
Okay.
next subject. But just so you kind of get the type of person I am, when I was in 4th grade back in Romania, I was obsessed with High School Musical, like me and my friends. And for the end of the year, we had always these like little celebrations at school. So I made everyone from my class learn the High School Musical dances. Everyone, all the boys, all the girls from my
You
class.
should do that before
Yeah.
our graduation. So
Yes.
everyone in our class.
Yes, I
dance
was
the
like,
same.
every time when we had break, I was like, okay, guys, time to practice. And then I would just like, set everyone in their own line. And then me and my friend who were
God.
in dance class.
Poor kids.
Yeah, I was like such a bossy little girl, but at least we got a good show out of it. So,
Okay, one more point about this year's Oscars is
Oh, right. Brendan Fraser
one
winning.
one movie that I when I saw the trailer for the movie, I already felt the Oscars buzz, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna win everything. And it's like
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
yeah,
I love
was kind of
it.
like, yeah, I mean, it just felt like, oh, this is for sure gonna be a movie that all the people in the Oscars are gonna choose as the winner for everything. And I'm just like, oh, this feels like so staged,
Yeah.
or
I
kind
feel
of like it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I really like the movie,
Don't care.
except for some parts are really, they're not good cinema.
I thought it was
whole-
experimental. I thought
yeah,
it was.
but the whole dildo scene, it was so...
I mean,
I
it was stupid, but it was funny. I think like it was.
It was funny at first, but then they
Yeah.
kept going with it, and they're like, "Oh, now it's up my butt! I want it! I want it!" And it's like, stop
Actually,
it! It's not funny anymore.
My mom was telling me that when she went to see the movie in Romania in the cinemas, that people just got off and started leaving, and apparently she said that no one was laughing in the cinema, which I was
Well,
like,
that
it's,
was
it's
me as
funny.
well.
I thought it was funny. Yeah,
At first it was funny,
maybe it
but
was a
then
bit repetitive
they
in
just
some things.
kept doing the same shtick, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, stop it, get on with the scene. Anyways, but yeah, otherwise it had some really good parts, like the movie, and I'm so happy that what's his name, Ki Hui Kwan won, and the person who was there to hand him the Oscar, or well, not the one who was there to hand him the Oscar, but the one who read off the everywhere. What is it called?
Everything everywhere.
Everything
all at
everywhere all at once.
It's a long title.
Was Harrison Ford, who he made his first film with,
Oh,
which
that's
was
so cool.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh
And I
my
was like, oh,
God.
my childhood is coming back to me. Like,
He's so sweet. I watched.
Yeah.
I saw his speech, and it was so emotional
Yeah,
and touching.
yeah.
And also Brendan Fraser. Like,
yeah.
I was so happy that he won because it's so well deserved. He's
definitely.
like he's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, but
actor.
it was just the most like amazing thing. I felt like a kid again because Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom used to be one of my favorite movies and like my favorite movie from the
thought it was
film
Batman.
series
Vicky's face
from the Indiana
"Aw,
Jones
that's cute."
series. And I was like, yes, finally they're reunited and in this kind of moment,
Yeah, that was
where
so sweet.
he's basically like
His
living his
baby.
life,
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm not into this type of things.
What
Like
type of things?
I know nothing
The
about
Oscars.
Oh yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
mean-
watch it. I watched the one last year, of course, but because it was, iconic.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched this one this year, and
Yeah.
I am curious to watch it because there was a lot of like.
I'm
interesting
not
things.
sorry.
That's fine.
I'm not.
We forgive you.
It's fine.
We'll keep you updated.
But yeah,
Anyways,
so basically nothing that amazing happened. Of course, like there were some good movies, some not as good movies that got nominated. Oh, also one more thing was Pinocchio won for best animated feature,
I
which
saw.
it's such a good movie. I really like it.
You agree with their opinion?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
All right,
judge.
guys.
Guys, next topic.
Next topic.
Yes.
Can I ask you?
Ask? Go ahead. girl.
So guys, we talked about movies and emotions. So, which movies make you cry really like
Loud.
crazy? Like you cannot hide it. Do you have any?
Right.
At least 1 or 2, 3 movies.
Definitely.
1, 2, or 3, or 4,
Or 4 many.
5, or
Definitely, we talked about this before filming, and I had to stop because I was already getting emotional about Hachi. Is that the name, or what is the
I
full
think it's
name?
Hachiko.
Yeah,
yeah,
Hachiko. Yeah. Oh my god, I've seen that movie so many times because as a kid it always came on TV. But I, the same as you, like every time there's movies with dogs and animals, I cry way more than if like something bad happens to people. But that movie, oh, I cry every time. It's the best, but it's also the worst. I can't. It's so. Yeah, I cry every time.
I
when
actually
see that
refused
movie.
watching this movie for like many years. Like it's already I think been out for like many years, but I was like, no way. My friends are just, you have to look at it, you have to watch it, and I was
it's a
like,
lot.
no fucking way, no. But then once I was laying on my bed with my dog, and actually like my I used to have 2 dogs, now I only have one, and one of them is almost the same breed as the dog
And
that
she's
is
so
in the movie.
sweet.
Like there is just Japan Akita, and I have like an American Akita. So, and I was just like laying on my bed with both of my dogs, and this movie just came. Like I was just watching TV, and it was just there, and I was like, okay, this is like I cannot. I can't do anything about it. And we just watched the whole movie. I was like hugging my dogs. I was crying as it was so bad. Awful.
Awful but good.
No, it's just terrible. I think it's just it was made to destroy people's feelings.
Yeah, it was so.
You cannot do that to people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's an amazing movie, but it's awful because of like I will cry every time I watch that.
So after that, I will never watch it again.
Again,
Never ever.
I watched it and I felt like it's such a TV movie, and I was like,
Oh
Yes,
come
but
on.
I was
it doesn't matter because it
I don't
still
know.
hits.
Maybe it's just because you don't have a dog. You don't love animals that much.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't share the
Exactly.
same experiences.
Well, I guess that's somewhat true, probably.
Yes.
It is. Yes,
Yeah.
because you cannot relate fully, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why are you angry at me? But yeah, I didn't really feel that much for that movie. Like I really felt for I've like a lot of Disney movies I feel really bad, like Bambi, or stuff like that.
Oh my god, Bambi is
Yeah.
traumatizing.
Or even Aristocats.
Aristocats,
Has some
yes.
stuff in it that makes me kind of sad. But
Yeah.
I don't know, with Hachiko, I was just like, oh, this is like a B movie, so I don't really.
Oh, I know, but it's still like it's so
But yeah, it's
sweet, and
fine.
I just
We can
it's so
agree to
wholesome,
disagree.
and it's also
fine.
yeah, it just makes me cry every time. You know. Sorry, I didn't have like a very deep answer. Like,
No,
yeah,
it's
you
good.
know.
I think it's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, it's good. That's just true. Like that hits me and makes me emotional. Of course, also the whale, like the one that I just saw, I cried. I'm probably gonna cry again when I watch it. But also when when A Star Is Born came out with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, and we were at the cinema, I cried so hard, and now I feel kind of
Really?
yes. I don't know why. I mean, I know why it was like really touching, but now I feel kind of not embarrassed because it's fine. But I'm just like, okay, like there's more sad things, but it was somehow really emotional, and I
But
cried.
it is a very difficult movie to watch. Like for me
Yeah.
at least, I think I was in a really bad place when I watched
Yeah.
it. So I was like,
I think honestly,
Oh, no.
everyone in the cinema cried. I remember everyone was like sniffling. Also in this movie, in The Whale, the same thing. So
I'm not gonna watch it. Sorry.
yeah, you would cry.
yeah.
No, sorry.
Okay, Jan, do you have
Well, I already talked
few.
about some movies that I like.
Bambi?
Like
Aristocats.
no, like this movie Manchester by the Sea was one that made me
Have
really
to watch it.
emotional. I wonder what else would be something that has made me emotional.
You're
yeah, I can't-
untouchable.
I don't
Untouchable,
know.
untouchable.
You can go on and I'll think of something.
Yeah, I think for me it's this one movie called Captain Fantastic. Have you heard of it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I watched it.
I watch it every year when I feel like crying, and it's I don't know, I can cry from the very first second actually, and I'm crying nonstop till the end. I don't know why. Maybe the story is somehow very touchy also, and I think I can relate to certain things, like the philosophy of living in such a place and blah blah blah, and kids and family and blah, 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 nature stuff. Yeah, so it's very very, I don't know, there is something like chemistry that I cannot explain. Also I think as a child, well, not as a child, as a teenager, I think I was into the Wild movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, you haven't seen
I
it?
don't think so.
It's
Is
really
it
great.
Taika
Pretty long.
Waititi one?
What?
Don't remember by
Taika
who it's.
Waititi.
I don't
Is it
remember.
in New Zealand?
But it has
Or
what
no?
is this guy's name? But it's based on the true story.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. I really like it.
Yeah, and I mean, also as a teenager, I think me and a couple of my best friends, we were like, also supporting his, energy and this desire to be into the wild, basically, to be that free and independent and just, yeah, But now I have a different opinion about the movie. We can maybe talk about it later someday. But
yeah, definitely.
yeah, but also I have this cartoon, my favorite one. It's this Spirit.
Yeah.
By
I know.
horses. As a kid, I think I could watch it like 5 times during the day, and I still love it. I watch it every year, and I recommend it. It's so beautiful. And I still find the animation very fascinating. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like it speaks to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's fine. I don't think you have to be
Yeah, I
emotional
know.
only when watching adult movies. Or
Exactly,
adult
Jan. So
movies.
don't be
I wouldn't
judging
even say
Hutch.
that animation
And also
movies
Balto.
aren't adult movies. Like this
Balto, do you
Pinocchio
know?
was pretty.
About
Balto?
Balto. I don't know, at least in Russian it's Balto. It's about it's a cartoon also based on actually true story about dogs, sledge dogs in Alaska that helped to prevent a huge epidemic of like one disease. I don't remember what was it. So they had to, like, there was this one dog that everyone hated, and his name was Balto, and he was like the leading dog of the sledge, and they had to go somewhere to pick the medicine and come back to save, all the kids in the village and like all the people, and they made it, and it was like incredibly hard to like, because it was winter, and the weather conditions are very challenging, but they made it.
Nice.
Oh, gotta watch it. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Well, one movie that I was just thinking of, which is an animation movie actually, is what is Kaksin Karkoteilla? It's the Rapunzel movie. What
You
is
mean
it called?
Tangled?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes you cry?
That did.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not
It
even
was
that
just-
sad.
Oh, yes, it is. It's really
I mean, you mean because
sad.
of the evil mom, or
Well, no,
or of her story being
that's not
stuck in the-
necessarily. But I don't know. Like, it just has some very real life elements to it.
it's just the wind?
But I
because of
guess
the
like
scary- yeah.
there's also like a lot of Pixar movies and Miyazaki movies
Mm.
that I get emotional watching.
Oh, and also
so
Up.
Oh, I love
Up is
Up.
one that
Yeah.
like
You should watch it. It's really nice.
I think the first time I watched it with my sister and my mom, and like my sister in the first 10 minutes just started crying, and I was like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?"
Oh, I
by the end of the movie?
I totally get it.
But
It was.
Yeah, I mean,
amazing.
like, I think watching the Toy Story movies, like the fourth one, that made me emotional for sure.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't really know. I don't really like get that emotional about many movies, So yeah. Anyways, okay.
All right, so
to the next topic.
To the next topic, which I really wanted to bring up, and I'm very interested to hear about you guys, is just talking about our childhood and how our artistic abilities showed up for each one of us. Because I think for me that is very interesting. I don't know, recently this subject has been very fascinating to me. I was actually thinking about using this as my main topic for my thesis, but I changed it to something else. But yeah, I'm very interested in just finding out, like, how do artists evolve from childhood to, like, to adulthood? And because I think creativity can show at a very young age. So for me, for example, I just remember always being really creative. I remember I was probably 7 or 6 years old, and I got my first, like, very, very tiny Canon pocket camera with batteries, and you could only take like 12 pictures at a time. Then I would always delete them. And my mom got me that, and I was so happy. I just love taking pictures of anything and everything, and I found it so fun. And I would even take my mom's phone and just take pictures of like anything that was interesting to me. And because my mom is also an artist, she's a musician, so I feel like I was brought up in a very creative and free environment anyway, so I felt like I always had space to express myself really freely. And yeah, also in kindergarten, I remember I was just drawing every single day for hours for like the whole time. That's just what I love to do. And I had the really, that's interesting. Yeah, and I don't even draw now, but back then I really loved to, and I always had the same subject. Like, I was obsessed with fairies and mermaids and fashion, so I would incorporate those things, and I would name them something like Mermaid Fashion Show or something like this. And it would always be like girl characters, like mystical creatures. And I was also
So you were a nerd.
I was
That's what you're telling us.
yeah, basically I was.
And now
kind of
you're a
nerd.
bully.
I'm not. Only only of you. No, just kidding. Only of Jan. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, yeah, I was obsessed with those things, and also I believed in magic. I mean, I still do, but I believed in magic. I believed in all things like mystical. I believed in fairies. I remember my mom gave me this book on fairies, and she was saying like, yeah, they're real. Like, you just have to believe. And I'm so happy that she did that because it kept my creativity going.
Nice.
And I love those memories because I was so curious about the world and about everything that was going on. So yeah, just wondering how has it been for you guys? Like, were you always creative, or did you have some moments where you felt like, oh, actually no, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, this doesn't serve me any purpose. I mean, for me, I felt that way maybe as a teenager more. I kind of left the artistic side.
Yeah.
Away, but yeah.
But that's so beautiful because it tells a lot about you, and I definitely can see all this topics in your daily life, actually.
Definitely.
And yeah, that's very amazing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I mean, I think it's also sort of similar. Like when I was probably like around 16, 17, something like that, I kind of didn't do as much art stuff. So
No, the chair is just chairing.
Wait, can you do it to the mic?
I put the microphone at her butt.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that? Don't die.
No, that chair was just making some noises, so that was very funny to Vicky. Anyways, so I think when I was like around 16 or 17, that's when I sort of took a longer break from doing art.
Same.
I mean, I was in like high school and in a what is it called? Like an art path, study path. So I was doing a lot at school. But yeah, I didn't really bring it over to my free time as much. But yeah, I like when I was a kid, I also drew a lot, and I remember me and my best friend.
Batman?
Yes.
Spider-Man?
No, like we were really interested in doing like Lego movies, like stop motion stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, so
Okay.
that was sort of one of the first things, I think, more artistic things that I did, and yeah, we also like used to draw, like we used to watch Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars, which was a TV show, animated TV show, and then we like would try to get our parents to buy us these Lego sets or ourselves buy Lego sets and stuff like that.
Did it work?
Sometimes yes.
Yeah. Nice.
But a lot of the times our parents, or my parents at least, were like, no. Because a lot of the sets were pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. And yeah, and then we would like have these drawings. We had like what is that class after school? You know?
Yeah,
After school class.
After school club.
Is it that?
After school club.
Yeah. So me and my friend would be there, and then we would like draw like Lego like Lego Star Wars.
It's very specific.
That's so you.
Yeah, it is very
That's like
specific.
something that I would.
Lego Star
just
Wars
you.
characters fighting each other.
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah. And
That's
also,
adorable.
but like, it wasn't just us being inside. Like, that wasn't, it wasn't like what we did all the time. Like, we also, whenever we would have the breaks during school, we would have this tree outside in the yard, and it had like a hole in the middle. So we would like go through it and be like, oh, I'm on the other side of the portal or whatever.
Oh, but that's
and it
the
was like really
best.
cool.
Yeah.
I used to
because
play. Yes.
we
We
became
also
characters.
did.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
definitely
like that.
did that.
Yeah.
I did that so much. I used to love role playing with friends, and I
Yeah.
always had like the image in my head so clearly.
Me
I love to
too.
dress up. I love
Yeah.
to put on these like performances.
Yeah.
It was the best, and it's the best thing about being a child, and because that shows that you're curious
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're creative, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Vicky, did you do that with your friends?
Yeah, a lot. But also about you being convinced that fairies are
Yes.
alive. I had this with animals because I was like, oh, I actually can like
And that they're alive. Hopefully.
No, I didn't play with dead animals.
Okay.
That would have been
Good.
weird. But no, but I had lots of or I have lots of cousins that are younger than I, and when we were playing together, I was always like, oh, I can actually talk to animals, and like every night I go to the forest and I talk to dogs, and like, and there are some wolves, and I was playing a lot with dogs that are like, how you say,
Strays.
stray dogs,
Yeah.
like they're just like
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and we used to have a lot of them in my region, and I was actually hanging out with them, like for real, for hours. I
The
could just
dog
like,
whisperer.
and
Yeah.
yes, and some of the dogs, they were really,
Wallace
they
and
they
Gromit.
looked really wild. Like one of them looked like as a wolf, you know. And I would always convince my friends or like my cousins, and I would be like, hey, like this is actually
This is
a
Jacob.
wolf, and it's like
Hey, I'm Bella.
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 And I would always
Where you
tell
been,
them,
Luca?
guys, this is so serious.
Yo,
But
you
wait,
I
I just
was-
want to know, did they believe you?
Yes, and because I would actually tell them like, oh, like you see this dog is following us because she knows me, or like, and they did follow me
Whoa.
all the time because I was the best friend of every dog.
You were the best
we
person.
were besties.
The leader.
Yeah.
Because you were the pack leader, in
yeah,
fact.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is the actually
The
wolf,
clan
and every time, like every night, I go to the forest and
Princess
like
Mononoke.
we talk. Yeah, actually, my friend, he was like, you are this princess, and he made me watch the animation movie. How it's called?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
the movie, but the
The anime.
Yeah, the anime. Yeah. So yeah, but as a child, I used to draw a lot. Like, you know, I would run out of like albums or like papers, like just like, you know, my mom would buy me new albums almost every day because I would be very intense with all the drawings, and I used to
Oh, I thought like CDs or something, like music albums.
No, I mean albums like
Okay.
with the papers,
Yeah.
you know.
Notebooks, notepads.
Kind of,
drawing
yeah,
pads.
but like,
Yeah.
I mean, in Russia it's
Sketchbooks
called,
or
yeah, I mean
something like that.
sketchbooks,
Yeah.
yeah, probably, yeah. And yeah, and I used to draw, of course, animals.
Aw.
And I used to read mostly about animals, like those, you know, encyclopedias,
Mhm.
right? Are they called like this? So
Yes.
I knew a lot. I was also a nerd in
Yes.
that sense.
So we all were nerds. Honestly, everyone in our class, I feel like has this very specific thing. And sorry to interrupt, but do you know what is very interesting to me is that I love to find this out about people, or artistic, creative people of any kind, that they've had the same interest since they were very, very young. Like my interests have stayed the same. I still approach like mostly the female in my artworks, and also the self and identity, which I think showed so much also in the things that I was doing as a child. So it's, and also mystical things and witchy things. I think that definitely still shows, and it's so cool to me because
You are a fairy on your own.
thank you, we all are fairies
Yeah.
and magical creatures.
This is the Winx
For
Club
sure.
podcast.
Yay!
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, comment if you want to see an episode of
No, no.
Yes.
No.
Next Halloween,
No.
we are like,
yes. I actually
you
Well, yeah,
fairy
we-
wings.
We can dress up
I
if
have
you
fairy
want
wings.
to.
I would love
Bro,
I don't want
They role
I don't
play.
want to talk about Winx
Okay,
for a
sorry,
whole
we were
episode.
kidding.
okay,
We
but
were
can I also
kidding.
say something funny? But actually, as a kid, I
Tell us
wanted.
something funny.
I really. Okay, maybe it's not that funny, but I will tell anyways.
Okay, go ahead.
So I actually wanted to play some music instruments, and I was like, always playing with something, pretending that is like this or like drums.
Drums,
or using all the like kitchen supplies.
Yeah.
Appliances.
Yeah, thank you. So, and I was like that, but my mom probably was annoyed, and she never supported that interest. Which is, I don't know if it's sad or not, but yeah, and I wanted to learn how to dance, but since it was more clear that I was into drawing, my mom was like, oh, okay, let's just go to this art school. Yeah, it was a kid, like a special art school for kids. And yeah, so I went there, and yeah.
Oh, that's
So that's why I
nice.
still in love with music, because I wanted that, and yeah, that's why I'm into musicians and people that are
Nice.
related
But
to
it's
music.
it's normal, of course.
Yeah,
That's
because
why
I
you
feel
guys
like
are best friends.
Yes. She's like, no.
Now she's like,
No, I'm just
wait,
like,
she's
why?
not my best
No,
friend.
no, she's like on the like top 6 maybe, but not
Oh,
the top
come
top.
on.
No, because Mandy is.
Of course, Mindy's number 1.
Mandy is my family. Okay.
Aw. Yeah,
And
we're
she's your
not.
baby.
Well, you
And
are
you're my-
almost
You
there.
still have some tests.
We
to
still
pass.
have to. We still have to sign a contract before.
Yeah, non-disclosure.
Yeah, NDA agreement.
Yeah. But by the way, I have to say something because I feel like me and Vicky are so similar in some ways. Like you used to convince people that you can talk with animals, but I remember I used to convince my friends that I can actually talk with the nature and with the trees.
With the
Yeah, so I would
wind
like
and-
hug the tree and I'll be like, okay, now I'm gonna tell the tree, like I will make the wind go really crazy and you'll see all the leaves move,
The
and that's
only-
the tree communicating
Yes,
with
the
me.
only difference that about these things, I wouldn't tell my friends, but I would do that on my own. I would
did
hug
that
trees,
too.
and
I
I
definitely
would,
did that.
And I would like, whenever I would walk, and I would be like,
Whatever.
okay, like, I can control the wind, and
Yeah,
I
definitely.
would like do some movements, and it
Oh my
actually,
God.
sometimes it
Same.
could work out, and I would be
Same.
like,
I did
"Damn,
that
like,
too.
magic
I did that
real."
too.
That
Yeah, but
reminds
I
me.
wouldn't
my
tell
God.
that about my I wouldn't tell about this.
You would want to keep it to
my-
yourself.
Yeah. I'd be like,
I would tell only a few very select people. I'll be like, you know what? I'll show you a cool trick.
wow.
Do you believe me? And then I feel like they didn't, but they were just like, wow, that's very cool. And
But
then
about
they tried
me
it
talking
themselves.
to animals, actually, they all believed me. Like they really. And in the morning, like if we would have like some, how you say that? Like when my cousins would stay for night.
Sleepover?
Yeah, sleepover. And in the morning they would be like, "Oh, did you talk to that wolf like during the night?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Jacob.
actually, we had like." We had a long conversation. Like there was a bear coming.
Okay.
Such nerds.
Yeah.
It's like the wolf, like the wolf kids at school who were like wolf ears.
Rawr.
And then they make wolf sounds.
No.
They just draw like anime
Oh,
wolves.
that
No,
reminds me-
actually, I
I know
never
you
was
weren't
like
like that.
that.
Luckily.
Reminds me of the guy who is like, that video of the guy that they made like a mockumentary about or whatever, where it's like he goes to like a beach or something, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a dog," and then the next clip
I'm
is
sorry.
just him looking into the distance and
It's
going
Vicky.
or whatever.
I can't.
It's so funny.
People
But yeah.
who make animal sounds for real.
Yeah, but one
I
thing that
love it. Keep doing it.
the wind thing reminds me. I had this kite when I was like at my grandparents' place. I don't even know if it was my kite or if it was just there at my grandparents' place, and I like tried to play with it. But anyways, and then I would be like, I would like try to run, and then at the same time like look up and like think, you know, very like in a very focused way, like wind now, and then I would run.
The fact that we were all like that is so
but
funny
I would
to
get
me.
I would get the kite like pretty high up, you know, so I was like,
Just
whoa,
so you know.
whoa, I can actually make the wind
Have
rise,
powers.
you know. And the same was whenever like it was like more cloudy, and I would be like, I want the sun to come out.
I did that
you know?
too.
And
Me
then
too.
it would, and I would be
Yeah,
like,
like,
whoa. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that about us. That's amazing. I gotta tell you
But yeah,
also.
no, then I grew up when I was like 10 or something.
I grew
and
up a bit
never
later.
Did that anymore. Okay, so the camera is telling us to stop the
So
episode.
we've been talking
but
again.
yeah, but this episode was pretty good.
It's
like
so,
I
love
think
it.
it was much more relaxed than last
Yeah.
time. So I
More
think
cohesive.
Even though
I
I'm
mean,
still like,
I mean,
It's
tell
fine.
us in the comments if you want these more longer episodes. We
Yeah.
were thinking that we should probably keep these at like 40 minutes, because that's sort of when you guys
lose
stop,
interest.
stop
Tap out,
watching,
which
stop watching the
understandable.
podcast. But yeah, let us know in the comments section what kind of length you would like for these episodes, and
Yes.
next time we'll talk more about our childhood and what we
Yeah.
were like as kids.
We definitely have to continue this topic because it's super interesting. And also, I would like to hear from you guys. Like, let us know about what are some movies and series that you would recommend to us. Also, what are some movies or series that make you cry, or animated series, whatever. And if you're creative and an artist, let us know if you also relate to us and have always been kind of nerdy in some ways, and, you know, pretending to be fairies and mermaids and wolves and stuff like this, and talk to the nature, because I would love to hear about that. And yeah, thank you for, if you've made it this far, congrats. And
Thank you.
Thank you
Honestly,
so
so much. And like, share, subscribe,
Yes,
comment.
please do, because it really helps us. So.
It's
Yes.
important for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways.
Stop it. Stop it.
Anyways, see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yay.
Love you.
You wanna start doing what they doing? You wanna start doing what they doing?
It's Vicky, bitch.
Hot friend.
On Vicky Vlog.
Yan, say hello. Yan, say hello. Tell me what I'm doing.
Pose.
Tell me what I'm doing.
Pose.
Are you like influence?
Yeah.
Are you like influence?
Yeah. I'm vlogging.